Hello everybody, my name is Cameron and welcome back, and today we're doing something that I don't think I've ever done before, and that is a double Villainous set unboxing. Yes, for I think the first time ever, two Villainous sets have been released on the same day, and we are going over them today. And that is Disney Villainous, Treacherous Tides, and Star Wars Villainous, Cold Tactics. Still no Marvel this year. Kind of upsetting. It's been 2 or 3 years since we've got Marvel expanded, but I haven't opened this box. I've only taken the tape off of it, so we're gonna set this box aside, and we're going to go to the box that I did open, which is Disney Villainous Treacherous Tides, which comes with Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, their first live-action Disney villain that they're doing. And they made him in like the villainous art style. And kind of a surprise, Tamatoa from Moana, the crab that got about 5 minutes of screen time or so. And obviously the back is just the same stuff it always says. And then there's movers there. Something that is different about this set is that even though Davy Jones is the box villain, he did not get the special piece. Actually, Tamatoa did. Tamatoa's piece, if you get the normal version, it's just purple. But if you get the Target exclusive, it has like gold glitter in it. It's shiny. But open this box, because I got it on the way back into town on a trip, and I just couldn't help myself. This sleeve is like this reef underwater. You know, it's a water-themed villainous set. So let's take the sleeve off. This is also our first blue Disney Villainous box, if you don't count Introduction to Evil, which originally started off... did I say Resident Evil? Sorry. If you don't include Introduction to Evil, which started off as Platinum. But yeah, here it is. This is what the box looks like. Davy Jones on the front. And we're just going to open it up. Alright. And immediately as you open the box up, you see the blue instruction booklet, and you also see around the side of the box is all the villains that you can get. Except I don't see the core set over here. They do not advertise the core set. Right? Instruction booklet, of course, nothing on the back. And then, you know, it's just the same stuff over and over again. And then you immediately open up and you see kind of like this wooden ship texture here. And this is what you're going to see when you open the box. First thing you're going to see is the villain guides and then the boards. So let's get a look at their boards first, because it is the first thing you're going to see after the villain guides, of course. So Davy Jones' line is, "Life is cruel. Why should the afterlife be any different?" And Davy Jones' goal is to collect all 5 treasure tokens, which are these things. And each treasure token will be randomly assigned to a hero when you play the appropriate cards to do so. And when you flip it over, then you have to flip it over, and each treasure does something different. You have to reveal whatever treasure's on the hero before you can gain the treasure. After you reveal the treasure on the hero, you can defeat the hero and gain the treasure. If you defeated the hero and the treasure on them wasn't revealed, the treasure token just actually goes back to the supply. Alright, so his first location here is the Flying Dutchman. 3 of his 4 locations are actually just all on his ship. So the Flying Dutchman. So here it has Gain Power and a Vanquish at the bottom, and a Play card and a Fate action at the top. Over here, we have the Below Deck, which is probably going to be his most useful location early game, which is Gain 2 Power, Play a card, Discard, Play a card. And then we actually got another double Play a card here. Davy Jones' Quarters, which is Move, Play a card, and Gain 3 at the bottom as well. And then his last location, which is the Shoals, the Shipwrecked Island, is the Discard action, Move an item or ally, Fate, and Play a card. So overall, his board seems pretty good. Like, these 2 locations are pretty meh, especially this one, but that is where your bottom Fate is. But these 2 locations seem really good, especially this one. But if there's a hero here, this one's probably better. Yeah, and there's his art there. And let's go over what his treasure tokens are as well. So he has 5 treasure tokens, all of which you have to gain to win. The first treasure we have here is the key. The key to his chest with his heart in it. When the key is revealed, you discard your hand, so that could be really bad. We got the music box, which is what Will accidentally activates when he's trying to get the key from Davy Jones. The Kraken cannot be used to defeat the hero on that the music box is on. The treasure chest that holds his heart. Allies cannot be played at this location, which is crazy. That hero is probably going to take the most time to take out, maybe. We got his heart, the heart of Davy Jones himself. When the heart is collected, you lose all your power, so that could be really bad. And Jack's compass, this hero gets 2 strength. So the only one of these treasures that does not relate to Davy Jones is Jack's compass. All right. Now let's get to just a second. All right, sorry about that. So there's the Automato's board. His line is, "What have we here? It's a sparkly, shiny. Wait, it's a human." All right, and then here's his art. Of course, he has a very smug look on his face. And his objective is to have the Heart of Tafiti and Maui's Hook at Tamato's Lair. And from what I read on all his cards in his villain guide, he has a very Ursula-esque goal. So his first location here is the Impossible Cliffs. So you get a gain 2 and a play card on the bottom, and a discard and a play card at the top. You got Lalotai or something. A gain 2 and a play card at the top, and a discard and move an item or ally at the bottom. We got Tamato's Lair, which is where he has to have everything win, which is interesting, because usually when a villain has to have certain cards places, like Ursula, for example, where she has to have the crown and the trident at her lair, or what's another one, had the Mouse Queen at the palace or something like that. Basically, whenever they have to have an item anywhere or anything anywhere, it's always on one side of their board. Like when Hades has to have all the Titans from Mount Olympus. Tamato's Lair, where he has to have all the 2 items he needs to win, are right in the middle of his board. So at Tamato's Lair, you can gain 1 play card, fate, and move an item or ally. Kind of wish this was a different picture, though. I kind of wish this was like a picture of the gold mound. It would make sense. And then his final location, we have the Bone Cage, which is gain 1 and play card, and at the bottom is fate and vanquish action. So that's his board. Now let's get into the fun part, the villain movers. So first villain mover is Davy Jones, and here he is. Let's over here so I can show you. Yep, there he is. And then his mover's interesting because, I mean, first of all, it's an amazing color. One of my favorite colors, definitely. Because for a skinny mover, it's really bulky. And I think it might be one of the taller movers that we have. On the exact opposite spectrum, we have the shortest mover by far in any of the Villainous sets. And that is Tamato's mover. Look how tiny it is. So his mover, I really like Davy Jones' mover. Tamato's mover is kind of a mess. I think if you handed anybody this and asked them what they thought it was, you wouldn't know. The only thing that they would probably understand is the fact that there's Maui's hook on the back that you can hardly see. Nelly kind of pointed out to you, it starts right there and it goes down to there, if you can see it. And obviously all the gold glitter and, you know, the shell, showing the shell and the claws. One thing I do like about this mover, though, is that they did implement his missing leg into the mover there. He does have that missing part, that missing leg in his mover. Alright, but yeah, those are our 2 movers. And obviously, here's Tamatoa and the light. You don't see the glitter as much. Still wish Davy Jones got the special mover, because I've been wanting Davy Jones since I started collecting Villainous with Evil Comes Prepared, but I suppose it does make sense that Tamatoa would have it. Alright, now let's get to the cards. The cards is the biggest part. Alright. Oh, don't drop my phone now. Alright, so we're going to start off with Davy Jones, and we're going to start off with Davy Jones' hero deck. Heroes are obviously very important to Davy Jones. So the first hero we have here is Captain Jack Sparrow. So he has 3 strength, and there's the art if you want to see it. His ability is if Davy Jones is at his location, Davy Jones cannot perform a vanquish action. So you're going to want to avoid placing Jack Sparrow at the Flying Dutchman. So that's probably where a lot of people are going to put him, especially since that's where your top fade action is. If anybody's ever forced to play Jack Sparrow on you, they're probably going to put him here. Also avoid putting him where Clanker is, and Clanker is one of your cards that we'll get to. Alright, the next hero we have here is Will Turner, who has 4 strength. He's a 4 strength hero. And when Will is played or removed, you discard an ally with a strength of 2, or played or moved. You discard an ally with a strength of 2 or less from his new location. So Will is very dangerous. We have Elizabeth Swan. She only starts with 1 strength, but she gains +1 strength when another hero is played. So you're going to want to take her out fast. Because the longer she's on your board, the stronger she's going to get. Yeah, we had James Norrington, which is kind of the Flynn Rider of his heroes. So when Davy Jones collects a treasure token, James Norrington gets 1 strength. When James Norrington is defeated, Davy Jones gets 2 power. So he has an ability that could definitely affect you, but he also gives you a reward for killing him. Alright. He also has 4 strength. So there's 2 heroes in here that actually have more strength than Jack Sparrow. It's interesting. And we got the crew of the Black Pearl. They only have 1 strength. There's a picture of Barbossa there. There's Gibbs. There's the 2 funny pirates. There's the parrot guy. You gain +1, but they gain +1 strength for each other hero in play. Alright, so that's all of our heroes. There's 5 heroes and 5 treasure tokens to get, so the likelihood is that you're going to end up killing all 5 of these heroes. Alright, we have our first effect, and that is, where does it point? Now, one thing about Davy Jones and the opponents of Davy Jones is that each of them are going to have very big control over your board. So where does it point? You may move 1 hero with a treasure token at any location. You may move 1 hero without a treasure token at any location. So the secondary, you may move a hero without a treasure token at any location, might never be used. But, you know, there is 3 of those. Alright, we have Calypso's Love. You reduce Davy Jones' power to 2. Obviously, I don't know how power-hungry Davy Jones is in this game, but there is 3 of those, so power is going to be big. And for our final effect card, we have Curse You, Jack Sparrow. 3 copies of this one. Remove a treasure token from a hero. You shuffle it into the supply. Place a treasure token face down on a hero that does not have one. So there's 3 of those. Obviously, you're going to set him back a step. He's going to have to reveal that treasure token. And the final card we have in the Fate deck is the Black Pearl item card. Attach Black Pearl to a hero when that hero is defeated. If there is another hero at this location, attach the Black Pearl to that hero. A very bad item. Definitely will hurt Davy Jones. Alright, so that's all of Davy Jones' hero cards. Obviously, very happy with the thematicness of it all. And now we're going to get into his villain deck. Oh, and I immediately just knocked my phone down. Okay, that's nice. Alright, so we're going to get into Davy Jones' villain deck now. I also didn't highlight the art on the back, but there it is. And Davy Jones has a pretty stacked deck. So the first card you're going to see here is Bootstrap Bill, which he's only 2 power, but when he is... Okay, listen, I'm going to turn the light on. That window glare is insane. Okay. Let this out. See how this goes. I also like changed my setup a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so Bootstrap Bill, he's 2 power, but he's only 1 strength. When he is played or moved to a new location, you can reveal a treasure token on a hero at that new location. So definitely going to be a very useful ally. Not for killing heroes, but for showing what they got. Alright, we got First Mate Marcus. He is 3 power with 3 strength. Never knew what this guy's name was in the movie, but I was always interested in what his name was. I was like, who's the Hammerhead guy? When First Mate Marcus is used to defeat a hero, you may discard another ally from your realm instead of him, from your entire realm. So he's going to be on your board for a while. All right, here's Clanker, who I mentioned. He's 2 power and 2 strength, and the location he's at gains a Vanquish action. We have Hadris here. He's 2 power and 2 strength as well. He's the guy who loses his head at the end of the movie. When Hadris is discarded from play, you reveal a face-down treasure token on a hero. From play, you can't just discard him from your hand and reveal a treasure token. Here we have the big one, the Kraken. Whopping 5 power and an enormous 8 strength ally. The Kraken, and the ability is he's not discarded when it defeats a hero with a revealed treasure token. So the Kraken is literally just a tool to lay waste to your entire board, and it's almost never going to get discarded. Alright, and then we have the crew of the Flying Dutchman. They gain +1 strength for each other location with an ally in it. And they're 1 power and start off with 1 strength. And there is a total of 5 of those cards. Alright. Now we're done with his allies. Now we have effects. So the 2 power cost Wake the Kraken effect card. You could discard an ally from play to find the Kraken and play it to Davy Jones' location for free. So the only thing that you have to do to play that enormously, immensely powerful ally for free is discard a measly ally. And there's 2 of those. So yeah, the Kraken's definitely your best card. We got Wyvern Speaks. During their turn, this is actually a condition. During their turn, if another player plays an ally, you may play Wyvern Speaks. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. So that would be a good way to get through your deck. And there is 2 of those, and it has like an easy enough condition to, meet. Alright, here's his main card that will help you get heroes out. Do You Fear Death? It's 1 cost, and it's an effect card, and you reveal fate cards until you find a hero, discard the rest. Play that hero to any location, and place a face-down treasure token on that hero. And there is 4 of those. You need 5 heroes, so for the last hero, you might have to improvise a bit, or go back through your deck. Alright, we have the... Alright. The next effect card we have here is the 2 cost The Black Spot, which is the way you're going to reveal a face-down treasure token on a hero. And there is 2 of those. Oh. Yeah. I moved the cards really far away. Okay, we have... I'll take that as a no. Another condition. During their turn, if another player defeats a hero with a strength of 3 or more, you may play... I'll take that as a no. Choose 2 cards from your discard pile and put them in your hand. So obviously it's a defeat hero condition, so it sucks. Alright. We have the 1 cost Friends Becoming Enemies. Trade treasure tokens between 2 heroes and move a treasure token from one hero to another. I think that's really cool. A very thematic card. And there is 2 of those. We have the 1 cost effect, The Chase. Move any hero to a location with an ally. It's not move an ally to a location with a hero. It is the opposite. There's 3 of those. Obviously, like I said, he has a lot of board manipulation. We have his final condition. They're here, like the Poltergeist. During their turn, if another player discards 2 or more cards, you may play their here. Place a face-down treasure token on a hero without one. Oh, knocked my phone down. Oh. There is 2 of those. And then his final card is the 3... Oh my god, what's happening? Why is it falling right now? I had a problem this entire time. We have the 3 cost The Flying Dutchman item to rival the Black Pearl, obviously. If Davy Jones is at this location, he may take a non-fade action at another location with the crew of the Flying Dutchman. So if you have you know, there's 5 Crew of the Flying Dutchman cards, and they're very cheap. You can have them spread out to every location, and the Flying Dutchman will be a very useful card. Alright, so that is all of Davy Jones for this video. Now we're moving on to Tamatoa. Here's the art on the back of his cards. And here is the art. Oh, it's the same. Never mind. Alright, so Tamatoa comes with like a separate almost Fate deck, kind of like Madam Mims, where it's full of transformations, but it's full of Maui's transformations, and Maui plays them. Nobody else does anything with them, except some of Tamatoa's effect cards. But yeah, it's an orange deck of Maui cards, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 of them. And we'll get to those later when we talk about Maui. Oh, we're actually talking about Maui now. Maui's the first card on our list. He is a whopping 8 strength hero. Before Tamatoa moves, he must reveal and play the top card of his Maui deck. So let's get into Maui deck. So if Maui's on your board, at the beginning of each of your turns, you reveal the top card of the Maui deck. So let's get into them. So the first one we have here is Hey Hey Maui. When revealed, immediately discard Hey Hey Maui, then reveal and play the next 2 Maui cards. We got Sharkhead Maui, and these effects all take place immediately as soon as they are played. So some of them are good, some of them are bad. Sharkhead Maui, all allies get +2 strength, all heroes get +1 strength. For like this one is good. We got Sharktail Maui. All allies get +1 strength, all heroes get +1 strength. You know, not as good. We got Fish Maui. Tamatoa reveals his hand. Gain 1 power for each condition in your hand and discard your conditions. Tamatoa's conditions are pretty good. We got Pig Maui. Tamatoa immediately loses 3 power and discards 4 cards. Like, this is really bad. Pig Maui's probably the worst one. We have Reindeer Maui. Obviously, this is our first time we get a Frozen character on a card. I forget what his name is. Klaus, I think his name is. You know, obviously the cameo. Discard the top 2 cards from your Fate and Villain decks. We got Lizard Maui. Tamatoa discards an ally from his realm. Gain power equal to that ally's strength. So it's an ally of Tamatoa's choice. We got Sea Star Maui. On your next turn, Tamatoa does not have to move to a new location. That could be good. We got Beetle Maui. Shuffle together all allies in Tamatoa's realm. Randomly distribute them between all locations as evenly as possible. That could be good or bad. We have Shark Maui. Play the top card of your Fate deck on yourself. Discard the top 2 villain cards from your deck. Shark Maui's bad. And that's all of them. That is all of Maui's transformations. So that is the Maui card. And we got just one more Maui to talk about, and that is Mini Maui. It's not a hero, it is an effect card. You look at the top 3 cards of the Maui deck and return them in any order. Okay, we got Moana here. Now, Moana works directly in tandem with the Heart of Te Fiti. When she is played, if the Heart of Te Fiti is at her location, attach it to her. Simple as that. She has 4 strength. We have Hey Hey, that the villain guide highlights that Hey Hey does not have an ability, but he does have 2 strength. So Hey Hey exists. Okay. We have Escape. Move a hero or unattached item to an adjacent location. There's 2 of those. We have Something Shiny, a very interesting item. Something Shiny covers actions like heroes, but is not attached to heroes. Heroes at this location cannot be defeated. When Tamatoa ends his turn at this location, discard this item. So obviously he gets distracted by Something Shiny. And there's 3 of them. That is the main counterplay to Tamatoa. And it's really funny. Alright, we have Maui time. Find Maui and play him. Find Maui's hook and attach it to Maui. So this card could help you at the same time as hurting you. But there's also 3 of these. So Maui, an 8 strength hero, can be on your board up to 3 or 4 times a game. Even more if the game's just taking too long and should have ended a long time ago. Still upside down, Tamatoa loses half his power. And there's 2 of those. And the final Fate card here is the Heart of Te Fiti. Play Heart of Te Fiti unattached to any location. Find Moana and attach the Heart of Tefiti to her at that location. When Moana is defeated, move Heart of Tefiti to Tamatoa's side of the realm at this location. So the Heart of Tefiti doesn't do much, it just finds Moana when it's played. Alright, now we're going to get into his allies. And with his allies, let's just say that they did what they could. We have a fish monster. It is 2 strength and 2 power to play. Fish monster can be used in vanquish actions against heroes in adjacent locations. We have 8-eyed bats. They're 1 cost and 1 strength. Each time an ally is played, you may move 8-eyed bats to their location. And there is 4 of those. We have the tree monster. It's 3 cost and 3 strength. When tree monster is used to defeat a hero, you may move any cards in play to a new location. We got the sloth monster, the creepy thing from Moana that actually kind of scared me when I watched the movie a long time ago. 2 power and 2 strength. Heroes at sloth monster's location get -1 strength. Alright, and that's all of our allies. And now we're going to get into the second item he needs to win the game, which is Maui's Hook. It is a 0-cost item. While Maui's Hook is unattached, each time a Fate action targets Tamatoa, gain 2 power. So it's kind of like a magic mirror thing. When Maui is defeated while Maui's Hook is attached, Maui's Hook returns to Tamatoa at the same location. Alright, we have his first condition here. Fish are dumb. During their turn, if an opponent takes 2 or fewer actions, play Fish or Dumb, gain 3 power. Very good condition. We have his first effect, which is Bait. It costs nothing. You draw a card for each hero in your realm. There's a total of 3 heroes in your deck, so you'll only get a max of 3 out of that. Not So Tough. During their turn, if another player plays an ally with 3 strength or less, you may play Not So Tough. On your next turn, all cards cost 1 less power to play. That could be good. Really good. We got Not Exactly Maui Time for 0 cost. Reveal the top card of the Maui deck. You may play it or discard it. There's 4 of those. We have Trapped. For 1, it's a 1-cost effect. You may take 1 non-fate action covered by any hero, anywhere. Alright, and there's 2 of those. Nice and Shiny. 0-cost effect. Gain 2 power, shuffle Maui's discard pile into his deck. We have another 2-cost effect. I'll tell you in song. Shuffle 3 discarded villain cards into your deck. Draw 2 cards. Obviously, you choose what those cards are. We have the effect card, You Look Like Seafood. Pay power equal to the strength of a hero. Defeat that hero. We had a 3-cost effect, Powerless. Give a hero up to 3 -1 strength tokens. Very good way to take out Maui. We have a 3-cost effect, Crustacean with the Power of Creation. You may shuffle your Fate discard pile into your deck. Reveal the top 4 cards. Play each item revealed to a different location. Discard remaining cards. Now there is a total of 4 items in your deck. In your Fate deck, so that could be bad. And that is all of the cards. And obviously the other thing you get in the box, besides the villain guides, is a bag of coins and strength tokens. But yeah, that has been Disney Villainous Treacherous Tides. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.